It's in the New Testament too. Give me Matthew. No, don't worry about it. Give me Matthew.
So you saying the Israelites are the Hispanics?
It's the Latinos, the Native Americans, and so-called Negroes. Right here, basically, these are the 12 tribes of Israel. That's the most I came to see.
But that's the Old Testament.
We gotta show you in the New
What
Testament.
about do y'all believe in Jesus Christ?
Jesus Christ goes back to the devil. Once you understand math, you understand Greek. The name Jesus Christ goes back to the devil. It's a devilish name, means it deceived you. It's not the real name, but everybody accepts that name. Even Yahweh Shai, the one that you call Jesus, stated that in John 5:3, which I will get out for you right now. All right?
Now, the image of Christ, is that the true image of Christ?
Of course not.
Right, so the name is a deceiver just
Exactly.
as much
The
as the image.
deceiver as much as the
The
name.
first relation, what was the name of the first relation? You know what it's called? It's called the Good Jesus.
Good ship Jesus.
If you do math on the Good Jesus,
Exodus 6:6, which was the math. All right? And this is John chapter 5, verse 43. This is Yahweh Shai speaking, though everybody calls Jesus, all right?
That's
It
his
says,
real name, Yahweh
his
Shai.
real name is Yahweh Shai, and there's no J in Hebrew, okay? He states, I am come in my Father's name, which means him and his Father have the same name. Jehovah and Jesus, those are two different names, all right? And ye receive me not, which means majority of the people don't receive the name Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. They can't do it. Instead, they want to just say God, Jehovah, Jesus, and Christ, all right? If
which is none of
another,
those is Hebrew.
yeah,
God is not Hebrew. Jesus is a Greek name.
Yep.
Christ is Greek. So none of those
actually
names.
Jesus goes back to Latin, because that's where the J came out of.
Yeah, Iesus is Greek.
Iesus
Iesus is Greek. That's where Jesus derived from, the name Iesus, which is Greek. I can prove that in the Bible as well.
It states, I am come in my Father's name, and ye receive me not. If another shall come in his own name, him ye will receive. And that's why he stated that, because everybody received Jesus Christ. But not everybody received Yahweh Shai, which is the truth.
Go ahead and read that.
Except for the Israelites.
Now, this is, you believe in what Jesus, you believe in Jesus, right? So you believe everything that he said, right? Hey, now come here so you can see that he's speaking. It's like, you know the red is him talking.
Yep.
So it's
This is Matthew 15:24. It says, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
that's what he came.
He's only here for the house of Israel. So you have to be part of these tribes. Now, the problem comes in is that all of Israel is not Israel.
Y'all got the tribe?
Yes. All right.
Judah is the Negro.
Yes, we're the head tribe. All right. Out of all the tribes, Judah is the head. All right. Now, when it comes to the Latin tribes, Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans, they're the head of all the Latins and the Indians. But Judah is the head of everybody. And out of the tribes of Judah, which is the Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, only these tribes was there with Yahweh Shai. The rest of those tribes wasn't there. The rest of those tribes was already here in the Americas. Alright? So that's why it's hard for the rest of the tribes to understand that this is Yahweh Shai. They accept this image quickly. That's why the majority of the Hispanics are trying to get more light. And our people are starting to go into that concept that getting your skin light is good, and it's not.
Here, now, this is Joshua. So, right here, so the title of this book, Joshua, is apparently named after the central figure, Joshua. His original name is for Seed of Salvation. That's what it means. But Moses evidently changed his name to Yahweh Shai, whatever it is. That's not the true name. No, that's not the. They got the.
Yeah, I know, but when you
it's
go
really
in,
supposed to
when
be
you go
Yahweh
into
Shai,
it, it's going to say Joshua.
which means Yahweh is salvation. It means also in shorter form for Yahweh. This name is Hebrew equivalent to the Greek name Iesus, and then they got a parentheses Jesus. So Joshua and Jesus have the same name. So why is his name Joshua and Jesus' name is Jesus? When we just clearly read that him and Jesus got the same exact name, which is Yahweh Shai. Both of their name is Yahweh Shai. Because if Joshua, either their name should be both Joshua, or either they both names should be Jesus. It should be one or the other.
But they
It makes no sense.
to confusion. They put this Bible in here to confuse you.
And also the J wasn't invented until during like the 1600s. So before Jesus, this is 1611 Bible. And his 1611 Bible is the IASUS, the one the one I just showed you. That's the one that's in the 1611. So before his name was Jesus, his name was IASUS, which really means son of Zeus, because they paid custom to our Bible.
All right, now to prove with the eye. This is Matthew 1:1. Please give me Matthew 1:1 in your book, so then they'll see that it's not just poetry. Because this is the New Translated English. This is off the Old English. The Old English didn't have an I. Didn't have a J. Matthew 1:1. All right. Book of the generation of what you got. That's an I. There you go. I is never J. J was moving to it. Therefore, his name cannot possibly be Jesus. And then when you put the math together, in Revelation, was it 18:21, I believe? In Revelation, you'll see that. Yeah.
13:18.
Yeah, thank you.
Why the church?
18:21 is different.
We're gonna get to the church.
Because the church was here for to be a hierarchy. They were set up to be a babysitter, to give you good words like a babysitter. A babysitter never teaches the children to do that. No, they just babysit. They do all the fun things for you. Go ahead.
Read that real quick.
This is First Maccabees, chapter 3 and 48. It says, "And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images."
So they laid open the book of law, which is the Bible, our book of law, and they sought to paint over the faces. So they changed the images to the so-called white man. They changed all the people. Even
And you
the
get that
knights.
in the Russian icon book. If you go on the internet and type up Russian icon book, you're going to see that all the icons from the Bible were dark-skinned people
You know the knights,
with long beards.
the first knights were black. That's why they was called knights, because they did a lot of stuff at night because of their dark skin. King Arthur knights, they were black. William Shakespeare was black.
Yep.
Is that why they describe?
Beethoven was black.
Is that why they describe God the way they describe in the Bible?
Yes, he's black.
But why don't he give what's named as a white man with long flowing hair?
Because they a devil.
Because that's the devil.
That's what the devil do. They deceive.
A devil is going to do what? He cannot erase the truth completely.
That's a real image.
But what he can do is
Well,
add
the
in
closest
lies.
Don't the Bible say it's a
What
shame
the
for a
Bible
man to have
describes.
long hair?
So you want me to add this?
Don't the Bible say it's a shame
If
for a
you
man to
got
have long hair, right?
Right there.
Look what that image
calculator
is.
real quick, you go ahead and add it up.
Exactly. So that's a contradiction right there. Why would the Bible say it's a shame for a man to have long hair and the image of Jesus got long flowing hair like you just said? So that's a contradiction.
Not to mention, the Bible also states that Judas should not wax pale. Now, what's being pale? Right.
White.
So, if the scriptures say he shall not wax pale, why are those so-called Jews that's in our land claiming to be us? And got everybody in the world fooled.
And we're the other
Because
tribes.
everybody believes that they are the true Jews. But if they are, we're the rest of the tribes.
Right. The Jews was found, all other tribes should have been found. Where they
Exactly.
at? And why
Not
this
to
land
mention,
ain't
they're
good
supposed to,
again?
yeah.
Because if Jews are supposed to be in their homeland, this world not supposed to be like this.
No. Not to mention those so-called Jews, they never got put into slavery by the way of ships. So the curses don't belong to them. But the curses belong to us. Because we got taken from the west coast of Africa, and we went to Africa because we were first in Israel, and we were fleeing Roman persecution, and we fled into Africa. We're not African. Because if we were African, we would just stayed in Africa. We never went to Israel. So right there, it should tell you that we're not African. And then when you do your research, you find out that Abraham, our forefather Abraham, he was actually an Armenian. And they adopted the Hebrew customs and language because the Most High gave it to them. Go ahead.
This is the Compact Bible Dictionary.
Wait,
You hear me?
what
Listen,
scripture?
you hear me?
So we can
Which
back
one
it up
did
with
you
the
do?
verse. We're going to back it up with the verse. Which one you just added up?
Lucifer 666. Makes sense, right? Do the rest of them.
Yep.
Now, listen. This is the Compact Bible Dictionary. This is Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years old. One of the first king.
but not the Negro. MRAP is? It's a mine-resistant, armor-protected vehicle. Mine-resistant. You know how to make a mine? A landmine? Do you? I didn't know that. Why do you make a mine-resistant, armor-protected vehicle? Bunch of them here. If you're not going to be doing that, so they know about it, but they're not going to tell everybody because they need people to find it. That's part of the scriptures.
So how y'all feel about
That's all within this. In the Middle East, it's new. It's supposed to happen. The Most High said that there's not going to be peace on earth until the Israelites are back home. Right? There's no peace on earth. Fine.
You know what I mean? So you have to believe in him. You have to have that much faith. He's gonna come back. Because when destruction comes, I don't know. If I see you somewhere, you be like, hey, can you give me a ride? Say, club, whatever, let out at 12. I say, yeah, I'm gonna take you home. 10:30 come around, you're gonna be looking for me all night because you don't know me like that. So you're like, yeah, I want you to take me home. Why? So if you don't have faith in Yahweh Shai, how you think I'm coming back? Trying to you don't know who he is. You have to learn about the spirit of the truth. They teach the churches. They teach the church.
All they do in the church will set up to take your money and babysit you. They do those pipe dreams. Jesus is good. Tithe is. Tithe has nothing to do with money. Tithe is about doing good work to each other. That was what the tithes. Right? It had nothing to do with money. Okay? Wait, hang on a what?
On a tree.
So he said, hung on the tree.
On a tree is how he died. Now, do they hang white people on trees or do they hang niggas on trees? Niggas on trees, right? Because you were Judah. You're the head tribe. And that's the reason. That's the Most High saying, remember my son? All the things that y'all said, I'm going to accomplish you upon your head. Alright? So those people that died, a lot of them that died that way, it was the judgment of the Most High. The Most High put the spirit upon that white man to do out his judgment. And that white man loves doing wickedness. So anytime it comes anything wicked, white people do it. That's why white people eat raw meat. Because their forefather eats raw meat. Alright?
Rare.
And they say what? They tell us that that's good. But the scripture says, no, that's the life thereof. That's disgusting. So are they really the Most High's children? No. They're liars. And all those that go with their philosophies, they're going to be doomed. Before that happens, the Most High set us up to come out and teach all the children of Israel and other nations if they hearken on. But the ones that's going to really hearken on are the children of Israel. The other nations ain't going to hearken on until destruction starts coming. And that's when we're going to have them in slavery. They're going to lick the dust of our feet, thus says the scripture. Go ahead.
This is Galatians 3 and 13. Christ hath redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us. For it is written, cursed is every one that hangeth on a tree.
So y'all just teach down here?
Yes. Every Wednesday and every Saturday we'll be out Wednesday around 4:30, 5 o'clock until whenever the Most High tells us to leave. And Saturdays around 2 o'clock we'll always be out.
So why y'all dressed like that?
Because these are our garments.
Yeah, I get that. Get the Jews with it.
Okay.
Dang, I gotta go.
Okay, we'll be out here next Saturday, all right? Saturday and Wednesday. All right. This is Revelation 2 and 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. All right. That's talking about the Israelites. He knows our works, the tribulation that we've been through, and our poverty that we don't have money right now, but we're rich, really. All right. That's what he stated. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Now the ones that say they are Jews and not is who? We already proved it. It was those so-called Jews that's in our land right now. Those are actually the synagogue of Satan. They are the chosen tribe of Esau, which is the devil. Alright? A lot of people keep thinking devil is some big ass just red guy with horns. No, a devil is a deceiver, a liar. Somebody who's not going to give you the truth. That is a devil. Somebody who's vain. He only cares about his looks. That is a devil. Alright? Come. You got the other one?
This is Numbers.
Yeah.
This is Numbers 15 and 37. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make their fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generation, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. And it shall be upon you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and to do them, and that they seek not after their own heart, and their own eyes after their slacking, and their own eyes after which ye used to go a whoring, that ye may remember and do all my commandments, and be holy unto your God. I am the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord your God.
And how many times did he say your God? Multiple, right? Because the Most High power is not everybody's God. He is our God. He is our power. Thus says the scripture. Therefore, you have to be from the children, from the tribes of Israel in order to have that. Now, if you want that and you're another nation, the only way that the Most High will even look at you and deal with you, you have to come and humble yourself before His children. Then you will get a form of salvation. And I say a form, because you're still going to be under subjection. But it's going to be a form of salvation.
Deuteronomy 21 and 22 says, and if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree, his body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day, for he that is hanged is accursed of the Most High, that thy land be not defiled, which the Lord thy Father giveth thee for an inheritance.
Done. Alright? Which means what? We're not going to spill blood on our land. Alright? Blood will not be spilled on our land. When we give out a judgment unto death, you're going to be hanged. Alright? Such says the scripture. And that's a righteous act. Because I'm not defiling the land, and I'm not destroying your body either. I'm not cutting your body down, but you are still dying. Alright? But I just let you know that hanging came from us, Israelites. Alright? We were the first ones to hang people. I know everybody, it's bugging out a lot of people's mind because they always associate lynching with the so-called white man. Now the word lynch goes back to the so-called white man, but the actual act goes back to us. Because we hang people. We hang our own people, and we hang our enemies. Alright?
This is Isaiah 49 and 1. Listen, O owls, unto me, and hearken, ye people. From far, the Lord hath called me from the womb. From the bowels of my mother hath he made mention of my name.
Lord called you from where?
He hath called me from the womb.
From the womb. The womb. Out of my mother's belly. So in the matrix, right when my body was being formed, the Most High already called me. So did my mother have anything to do with that? Very little.
Right, it says he had mentioned my name.
Exactly.
So your name was already our name was already mentioned.
Yep. Like I say, I give the story about my mother wanted to name me Theodore until the Spirit came upon her to name me Michael, and she said she had no control to name me Michael. Now is that just a coincidence? No. For the Most High, I don't deal with coincidence. Everything's done on purpose and in spirit and in truth. Alright? Oh, go ahead.
And he hath made my mouth like a sharp sword, and the shadow of his hand hath he hid me, and made me a polished shaft, and his quiver he hath hid me. He said he made our mouth a sharp sword. That's why we can cut so many people in so many different ways through the scripture. Because we just going through the book. We've been studying the source of the proof on a continuous struggle.
Most people, they just go by whatever their pastors tell them. As the sister that came close, the two sisters and the brother, they were still in the mindset of their pastors. But then when they got the proof, they couldn't deny it. Right? Which means what? That's what we're set up to reprove and to rebuke. Now, when we deal with a bunch of fucking dumbass Muslims, we have to rebuke them until they get reproved. Alright? That's if the Most High wants you. The Most High he ain't no respected person, and he already chosen the ones he wants.
Verse 3. And he said unto me, Thou art my servant, O Israel, in whom I will be glorified. So he's going to be glorified in Israel. We're going to glorify the Most High name. He's going to be glorified within us. That's why he's raising us up now. Because he's going to show his wonderful works through us, just like he did in Egypt.
And this is the first steps of his wonderful works. It's coming out here on the highways and the byways, teaching the children of Israel, whether they hear, whether they forbear, that they are the children of Israel. Right. These are his works. Already bringing out is his words. We ain't saying nothing for our own self.
Like I explained to fucking Johnny, we have to do it.
Yeah, we're commanded to.
Exactly.
Then I said, I have labored in vain. I have sent my strength for naught, and in vain. Yet surely my judgment is with the Lord, and my works with my
Stop it at
God.
27.
And now
15.
saith the Lord, that
After
formed
this,
me from the
verse,
womb
cut it
to
off,
be
cut it back on.
his
Every
servant,
15 minutes,
to
cut
bring
it
Jacob
back on.
again to him. Though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of the Lord, and my God shall be my strength. So he said, even though we did do sin, he still had us ordained to do his works. So basically, it don't
Sin ain't
matter
gonna
what we
stop
did.
us, man.
Yeah, it don't matter what we did. The Most High already set us up to do his job. So our sin is wiped clean.
Yeah. Because that's something that the pastors put on people. Oh, if you sin, that's it. You can't do the work. Well, everybody sins. Everybody. If he charged his angels with folly, why wouldn't he charge men with folly too? How are you going to be more righteous than the Most High's people? That don't make no sense.
And also said to bring Jacob near him again,
Mm-hmm.
which is Israel. Because right now he turned his back against us.
Yep.
And he got his left hand up. He's doing nothing wicked upon us. So he's gonna bring us close to him again.
To save us with that righteous right hand.
Right.
And that's what and the part of his righteous right hand is us standing out. But